Okay, so I've got 24 rows altogether, I think. I just count the ridges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 ridges. Each one's 2 rows. That's 24 rows. So, I'm just going to take a long piece of thread, white thread, yarn, and cut it. And then just secure it off. Excuse me. And then I'm going to take my darning needle. And here's my work. This is the side that I'm calling my right side, so I'm going to put these together. And just simply go stitch by stitch and sew it together. Let's go in the stitch, come out the other one. Yeah, you don't have to yank it too much. Excuse me. So we're just going to connect this together. Make sure that you stay even. And you don't have to pull it really, really tight. That's just not necessary. I mean, you can if you want to, I guess, but I don't know what that would look like. Nobody's going to be yanking on it. Unless you have a cat, then they will. Okay, I'm done. I'm just going through the top of that stitch and going right through the other side. And there we are at the top. Excuse me. And now I'm just at the top here, I'm just going to secure that by just sewing a little loop there. And that's what we have. Looks like a cuff for a sweater. Yeah, so now we're just going to weave it in like the very edge of your stitches there. Just weave it in all the way around the top. And you know, I just sort of ease it in there so it's a little more even than if you just yank it and pull it. I mean, you can do that if you want to. So we're just going to sew around through the top, easing it in. We'll pull it a little bit harder in a minute, but there's no need to at the moment. And we'll just ease that around, you know, keep edging our feet in the right places so that they lay nicely. And then just keep going around until you get all the way back around to the other side. Now we're back to the other side. And we're just going to give it a nice pull. I mean, don't pull it so hard you break it, you know, but give it a nice little pull. And then sort of hold it there and secure your yarn. Okay, and then we're going to just turn it inside out. Give it a little stretch. Now we're going to just put our needle through there. And poke everything through, make sure everything gets poked through. And you got your string coming back through the top. Let's sew that a little better. Okay. So now we've made a little, now it looks like a little hat. Went from a cuff to a hat. So now you're ready to stuff it. So we will close up the other end, but I don't want this to pull inside there, so we're just going to cut that off right there. Keep the rest of your string because we'll use that to close the top. And now we're just going to stuff it with the poly fiber or whatever it is that you're using. I mean, you can stuff it with whatever you want to, I guess, but I'm just recycling what I already have. It's in a pillow from my bed. That, then we just stuff it in there. And, you know, you'll stuff it until you like the shape of it. Depending on how big your ornament's going to be. How much you can do it that much. And then you just shape it. Okay, that looks nice. But I think it needs a little bit more. Because I like it to be, you know, pretty taut. So that when I put my stones or whatever I'm going to decorate it with. And if you use a different stitch, you can decorate it differently with different stitches. You can use different threads. Okay. Okay, now we're going to go our yarn. Close the top, and doesn't really matter where you start or stop. You can do it where you sewed the piece together. It's so good though, it's hard to tell. And just tie your yarn on, tuck it inside, and we're going to do the same exact thing that we did on the bottom. Just weave it in and out. And just ease it in to the shape. And then you just start to pull your thread and shape your little ornament. Pull it in tight. And then just sew it into the top. Don't let go of that thread though, because you want to keep it tight. Oops. Oh, I kept it really tight. Okay. And that closes the top. And if you wanted to at this point, you could use this to hang it. I don't. I make a little bow type situation because I think it looks nicer. But you can do whatever you have. Like I, used the ribbon that I had, which really isn't ribbing, but that's what I had. So you can just leave that on there until you decide if you want to keep it or not. And then we have our nice little ornament to decorate. I showed you what I did with mine. I put the rhinestones on there. Just wherever you want them. So now, I am going to cut this piece of yarn because I'm not going to use it to hang it by. So I'm going to make sure it's nice and secure. And then I'm cutting it off. Oops, sorry. Hit the camera rig. Oops. Okay. So now I'm just taking this, it's hem tape because that's what I had, and I needed some white ribbon or some color, a light color. So what I'm doing here is I'm just taking, I'm doing 3 pieces, I'm just cutting 3 pieces. About 7 inches long. It doesn't have to be exact. Okay. Just 3 pieces, 7 inches long. Okay. Then I'm just going to take a sewing needle. Now I'm doing this with black thread. I would not normally do this with black thread. I would do it with gray or um, silver, but I want you to see. So I'll just cover it with a rhinestone, because what wouldn't you do that? Right? Okay, I'm just going to cut some thread. Thread my needle. Okay, and then we're just going to take a piece of our ribbon. So it's almost like dividing it in half, but you don't have to really be accurate. And I'm just going to put 2 together like that in the middle and just sew them together. Just like this. Nothing elaborate. It's a tiny little bow. Okay. That's it. Now we're going to take our next piece and we're going to do exactly the same thing. And just put the needle right through all those pieces. Put it right on top of this one. Just like that. And do the same thing and just sew those together. Okay. And then for the handle, or the hanger I guess you call it, I'm just putting the pieces to the ends together. Putting the needle in. And basically I'm doing the same thing. I'm just sewing them together with the bottom. The same way, you see, just sewing all the layers. So see, you're not making beautiful stitches here. It's going to be covered with a rhinestone. Just securing them together. So now we have our bow and our hanger. So now we're going to take this and just sew it to the top of this. Just, center it as best you can. And just sew it on. And make sure you sew on both sides. I mean, it's not going to be heavy, but I just like it to be secure. So see, it's just a messy sew. That's okay, because it's going to be covered up. And then just knot your thread and cut it off. And there you have it. And it hangs up. And you put the rhinestones on it. And it looks really nice hanging from your tree. And now I'm going to glue these stones onto it. Just randomly. I'm just going to put dots wherever I want to put one. I know I'm going to put one in the middle. And maybe just dripping out. Maybe they'll just be dripping out. Who knows? You can do whatever you want. Feel free. You can see in the video how I did the other one. It's more uniform and, follows the line and all that. But you don't have to. You can do whatever you want. Here's a nice big fat one. So these are going to be like dripping down. Maybe next year I'll do an entire Christmas tree of just crocheted ornaments, like different colored balls and stuff. Ornaments. Because you can do different shapes with these, connect 2 or 3 together and make longer, taller ornaments. You can do puff stitches and then put a rhinestone or a gem on the puff stitch. And I just put whatever size I feel like I want to put on there. And you see, you can just decorate it crazy if you want to. And I want to cover the other side of that because I did the black thread to show you, so it does need some covering. Just do your design. Use your glue like it's a pencil. And I'm just going to put those on there like that, and then you'll have a beautiful ball. So enjoy it. I might make some more ornaments. Have fun. Please like and subscribe.